Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So before we get started, don't forget we are still running our giveaway for the Avenger Titan. So this is the second Avenger Titan that we're giving away. So that is a game package with 2 years insurance, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to be in with a chance to win that, don't forget to get commenting on this and every video in the month of February for your chance to win. I think that's it, so let's get started. Okay, so first up we've got a post from John Bradley, and it says, so ISC videos are 7 minutes now, what gives? And so this is basically looking at the most recent video, which was 7 minutes long, and you know, it kind of that kind of time, that kind of length, they have to breeze over everything. So they covered a little bit about how important it is to integrate Spectrum into the PU, and then they went on to do some prison stuff, and it was cool, but really short. And like by the time you kind of getting into it, it's gone. I mean, I'm sure these videos, I mean, not inside Star Citizen, but you know, most of their content used to be at least like 15-20 minutes, half an hour. What the hell has happened to get to 7 minutes? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if the just production is on a downward slope, or if it's because they don't want to show things. That can't be it though. That really can't be it. Is it laziness? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Like you say, they kind of showed the new friend system, but they kind of glossed over it. They didn't really show any kind of functionality on it. They just showed a picture on a screen and said, yeah, we're gonna do a thing. Okay, how about you show us the thing? No?
Yeah.
No? Okay. And then they moved on to, like you say, the prison part. But again, it wasn't anything we hadn't seen already. It was just some stock footage, and Matey was talking about the prisons again, which again we've already heard at CitizenCon. So yeah, again we didn't get any information. I like the bit where he says, "Oh yeah, I've got some really good stuff to tell you, but I can't tell you now." Why? Why? Yeah,
don't you know, get us on the hook like that. That's just wrong.
Dangle it in front of us and then take it away again. No, come on. Yeah, this last Inside Star Citizen was really poor. There was no information. I got bored basically by the end of it, and then I kind of forgot about it for a week.
Yeah, it's sad because, you know, they used to put out really good content, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't all gold, but you know, the majority of it was interesting. And now what we get, as you know, as 2 subscribers, I mean, we give them money every month, literally just to see them tell us stuff we already know. It is quite frustrating, and you know, to go from videos that used to be so in detailed and kind of give you an idea of what's actually happening, the features that are coming out, and give us some information. Now they can't, like you say, they just tell us stuff we already know, show us pretty pictures that we've already seen, and then, you know, tease that we're going to get something in the future. It's not good enough really for the money we're paying.
No, it's not. There's a lot of kind of uproar going on at Spectrum and other places as well at the moment about this kind of, well, content. You can't really call it content. I mean, come on.
No. I mean, if we put a 7-minute video out every week that pretty much covered everything that we'd spoke about, you know, a month ago, people would be flamed. I mean, I don't get it. You know, it's a weird thing that I think that they are literally just kind of just churning out whatever they can with the bare minimum of information to keep people, I mean, we're not happy, but to at least keep us from, like, you know, pitchforks and torches at their door, you know.
Yeah. We've said it before, there's so much going on in the game that they've got plenty of stuff to show us. There's been a few arguments floating around of because it's the beginning of the year, they haven't worked out the roadmap and they don't know what they're going to show us properly yet, and things like that. But I don't really buy it. I just don't buy it. They've got so many features being developed, apparently, for 3.9. How can they not show us something?
Yeah, And if this development is staggered the way that they promise it is, then there should be stuff that's kind of
ready,
you know, pretty much ready.
Yeah.
And so they should, in theory, they know that's coming out. They can show us. The problem is when they show us nothing and this stuff is supposed to be ready and you get all this kind of like ditching of the roadmap, then all of a sudden you start to think, do they have anything? Are we going to get to 3.9 and find a patch with just bug fixes, which is fine. Bug fixes is cool. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like smoke and mirrors at the moment. And it's worrying when you're, you know, when the amount of money that people are giving to this game because they want to see it succeed, and yeah, it's treacherous at the minute. And that leads us on to our next post by the Batman Who Laughs. And again, this is about, you know, their content, which we'll use that term loosely. So the Batman Who Laughs says, CIG, why are you wasting developer time on Bobbleheads? Now, this is big news. You know, this is everywhere. Basically, if you haven't seen it, they did a Star Citizen Live where one of the devs basically made, for an hour, made a Bobblehead. Because, as you know, this whole game is held up under the weight of one Bobblehead. Fucking hell. It's just unbelievable. And I mean, bless them for doing something fun, but come on, guys. Ridiculous.
Yeah. I can kind of see both sides in this. Yeah, giving us a video of one of the prop guys making a Bobblehead is kind of laughable. Yeah, I mean, this is what that guy does. He makes props. So if you're going to get him on, what else is he going to make? Like a coffee cup? I mean, yeah, it doesn't really get much more interesting, does it really? But Batman Who Laughs' complaint is about using developer time to make this, which is kind of false because they actually stated in the video that he was staying behind on overtime to do this, so it wasn't taking any development time. And like I say, this guy basically just makes props for the game. So again, you're not really losing anything here. It's just a prop. It's not like a, you know, some random ship that we're never going to see sort of thing. It's literally just a prop. On the other hand, though, in the current state of the community with CIG's video content, putting out this kind of video is gonna get flamed. That they really could have done with something to pick the week back up again, because Inside Star Citizen was just a flop, and then it followed by this, which didn't go down well either. Really, they could have done with something meaty to bring the community back up again, but yeah, that's what we got. Yeah,
I think the funny thing is, you basically, they must look at what's going on in the community. They must see that everyone is getting tired of the really poor content that people are subscribing to them to get. So it almost feels, and this is a personal thing, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to put opinions in people's heads, but it does feel like a little bit of a kick in the balls when you've had such a dry run lately of content, and then they go, oh, and this, and you're like, come on. I mean, like you said, I mean, that's his job, and he does a fantastic job, and I'm not going to knock the fact that he makes an amazing prop. The Bobblehead is cool, but yeah, it's not what we want to see as far as development for this game goes. And Star Citizen Live has sort of turned into this kind of almost like a bit of a sideshow where they don't again, they don't give out any real information. They just kind of distract you. Ooh, look at the Bobblehead, look at the shiny Bobblehead. You know, it's a shame.
Yeah.
And that again leads us on to the next post by Ascension, and it's another Bobblehead one, a Bobblehead. It's time to get real, and this is just more for fun because I just like the first line of this. If I worked for you and you asked me for results, and I consistently missed deadlines, and then I showed you a Bobblehead that I'd made and said, look at where we're at, I'd be fired. It's funny. It's quite a funny idea that, you know, the state of the game at the moment, and kind of how difficult it is for a lot of players, and it's almost like they don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like they're all just having fun making Bobbleheads, and like, pool parties and, you know, beer kegs with Chris Roberts and don't realise that there's so many thousands of millions of people going, please give us something. It's bizarre, absolutely bizarre.
Yeah, I like the first comment on this one from Roger that rubber ducky. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of stating that this was actually a stretch goal back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a few people have pointed out here, who gives a fuck if it's a stretch goal? We've got no use for bobbleheads right now. You can't even place them anywhere. Well, I suppose you could put it in your hab. Whoopie do. Yeah. You know, so what? There is a lot of other things that could have been made for a prop. That we could use for a mission or something like that. Not a bobblehead. I mean, come on. This last week's video content from CIG has kind of put me on a bit of a downer. Not specifically the bobblehead thing. Like I get the kind of outrage that's going with this, but at the same time, it's not Corey's fault because he makes props. It's not his fault. Yeah. He got asked to do it in his spare time, and he said yes. It's not, you know, no pitchforks going towards Corey, but
no, he's a dude.
But CIG's videos lately have just kind of really gone downhill, and I have since cancelled my subscription.
Dun dun dun!
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't mean much to them. Doesn't mean much to me. But I just don't think my money's being used in the right way. I'm not particularly liking the in-game items that we've been getting either. And the free ship every month is just not enough to keep me going.
Yeah, I mean, people don't even realise that, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're paying that sort of money a month, is it £9 now? 10 quid? I think
10 quid a month, yeah.
Yeah. I made that sound like I'm so rich I don't know. I just don't look because it will scare me. But £10, you know, that's like, you know, a couple of days food. So, you know, to normal people. And we're giving that to them in order for them to give us content. And they're not. And I'm probably going to follow suit very soon, to be honest. I'm surprised because, I mean, I haven't subbed to half as long as you have. And I thought you'd probably sub till the day you die. So that's quite a shock. But there you go. That's what happens when you basically push people too far with shitty content. Cool, so last up we've got a post from Valina, I believe, and it says, unpopular opinion time, I don't want the Pyro system anytime soon. And I'm going to just read this out real quick. I have 3 major priorities, and almost none of these need us to add a whole new system to the game. So number 1, server fixes, SOX version 2, static server meshing, dynamic server meshing, locations, so points of interest, all that kind of stuff, gameplay loops, repair, refuel, salvage sites, exploration, and on and on. She's got here different teams. Yeah, we know, but it's one of those things where it's nice to have that, you know, spread, that expansive universe, but if there's nothing in it, what the hell are we going to do? Do you agree with this unpopular opinion?
Completely, 100% agree. Bringing Pyro into the game now is not the best move in my opinion. You're going to have another system and this system doesn't have much there. There's not many landing zones or points of interest there. It's just a system with some random planets. And like you say, if we've got nothing to do there, then what's the point?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you know, even just a couple of these would be good. I mean, obviously exploration doesn't make too much sense if we haven't got multiple systems, but it would be fun in what we've got. But, you know, things like, you know, repair, salvaging is a big one. That's what people are really waiting for. They really want that ability to salvage and, you know, make some money off of killing people, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think it's unpopular. I think that it's I think that's what most people probably would side with now, just because I think we're all getting a little tired of what we've got, you know. or as awesome as it is.
Yeah, the other issue you've got with bringing another system into the game is with only 50 people on a server, that's going to stretch those players out even more. So again, why? We need more gameplay loops, we need more players in each server, and then open it out to another server, another system. Definitely.
I fully agree with the priorities as well, because SOX version 2 definitely, server meshing 100%, so we can get more people on the server, and that way it's not going to feel so massive, because you barely see people nowadays flying around in space, and locations and stuff. Definitely. I mean, even silly little things like on this list, there's like roads and rivers and things, and those little things would just be enough. Like, I mean, we've got a guy in our Discord, Jag, who we love. He's a dude, and he has spent so much time flying around Hurston just looking at stuff, just like going, oh, look, that hill's different to that hill, and he's almost mapped it out. It's crazy. And that would be so much more interesting if you could go, I'll follow this road, or I'll follow this river, or you know what I mean? It would be really nice to have something more to look at. Even if we don't get those gameplay loops anytime soon, And one thing I will add is to Wolf, f you. There's a comment. I rarely read the comments, but it just bugs me. It's not unpopular, nor is it popular. And then with some awesome grammar, maybe the most, don't care about your opinion. And maybe we don't care about your comment, but it's an unnecessary comment to put. This is a good post, so well done, Valina. I hope I said it right, because you brought up some really good points. Okay, so there you have it, folks. That is all the posts for this week. We hope you liked them. We hope you found them informative or amusing. If you did like them, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And if you have any opinions about what we've discussed in this episode, then don't forget to jump into the comments and let us know your opinions. We love to have a chat with you guys, and obviously gives you more chances to win the awesome Avenger Titan. So get commenting for your chance to win that. And I think that is pretty much all we've got for you this week. So goodbye.
Bye-bye.